Hey Scorpio, this is April with Gypsy Southern Belle Tarot, and I am wishing you a very happy birthday. This is going to be your definite birthday reading. First I'm going to look at quite a few different things for you. I would say this is going to be more of an overall kind of reading, just to kind of give you a little glimpse into what's coming up. So, we'll start with what this year has taught you and what next year will bring, okay? So let's start there. Scorpio. I don't think I know any like famous celebrity Scorpios, but definitely have quite a few in my life that I really love. Minus the one I was married to. All right, so what did you learn previously here? We've got the Two of Candles, and I'm also going to just be totally like crystal clear with you that I'm going to read from the book, just specifically on this deck because it's brand new to me. I know what the general meaning to the cards are, but I also like to see the interpretation of it because it's the fucking Nightmare Before Christmas, so that's always cool. So we have the Two of Candles here. So the candles are a representation of the flames, obviously. Or as we like to call it, Rider Waite, is the wands. So twos are a representation of trying to find some type of balance in your life. And I feel like this has been a little bit of a struggle for you here. With that Two of Candles, because like I said, it's something that you learned this year. Maybe you learned to take the first step forward. Because the Two of Wands, that's Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy. If you are affiliated with one or have one in your chart, I always say to look up the CoStar app. All you need to know is something as simple as your birthday, and I don't want to be too loud with music and then get a copyright claim. Look up the CoStar app. All you need to know is like your time of birth and where you were born, and it'll pull up like your moon, your Mercury, your Mars, Venus, rising, every sign that and you get a better in-depth look at who you are as a person. I'm a Sagittarius myself, and I considered myself adventurous until I realized that my moon sign is a Capricorn. And that makes me very grounded. I am a very grounded, adventurous person that's very nurturing. My rising sign is Cancer. Okay, so back to you. Two of Candles, okay? So with that Two of Candles, that's about planning, taking the first step, trying to make some sort of decision in your life. Is something that has been on your mind this past year. Kind of leaving your comfort zone, maybe trying to take some sort of a risk. If you are in high school right now, maybe you have been looking at colleges, trying to figure out whether or not you want to stay close to home, or if you want to venture off and go to another freaking state, in order to explore, a new side of things. Sorry, I had to take a drink there. All right, so with that being said, yes, you have had quite a lot of learning to do. Quite a bit of just attempting to make some sort of decision in your life. So let's look at what you will be learning next year or this year for the remainder of the year until your next birthday go round. All right, so we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, and at the bottom we have the Six of Potions, which is the Six of Cups, which is the symbolism of looking back at past relationships. Kind of maybe someone came into your life here recently, or you continue to kind of look back on a past situation that you have been involved in. Okay, so just explaining the Minor Arcana, that is very much what is going on in your day today. So this is something probably that maybe happened very recently for you, having to consider some type of decision. And I could say it could be over the past year, it could be over the past 2 weeks. Maybe you know, leading up to your birthday, you probably had to make some sort of a big decision. The Wheel of Fortune is something that you're continuously having to deal with almost every day of your life. This is not a situation that goes away by any means. Normally with the Wheel of Fortune, with the Wheel of Fortune, it's all about kind of closing a cycle, sort of. It is the number 10. So that is a representation of a completion or renewal, but because that is upside down, it's kind of like you're taking one step forward and one step back in this situation. What you need to always remember is that the wheel is continuously turning. But with that being said, which makes perfect fucking sense, is that the Wheel of Fortune in this symbolism means that you need to make a fucking choice, okay? You're going to have to make some type of big decision in the next year. That's going to dictate a lot of how you are going to continue your life, like, moving forward. It's like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm gonna read from the book also to kind of get his interpretation very quickly. I can normally do clarification cards on top of that, but I would very much like to see what their interpretation is for you. So what you learned, just to kind of give it a good skim here. So 2 of Candles. I don't know who loved The Nightmare Before Christmas and who feels like it's more of a Christmas movie than a Halloween movie, because I love Christmas. I love Halloween. But for some reason, I always lean towards this. I wanted to save this deck. I've been saving it for the past year in order to save it for this very moment, because my birthday's like 10 days before Christmas. So, with that being said, this year, apparently you found yourself feeling caught off guard or unprepared for a situation. That is not correct. That's some bullshit. Sorry there. I was reading the wrong paragraph. Okay, so good news because it is upright. There's an element of decision here. You could also have done a lot of traveling this past year as well. Where did you go? I want to know. You know, put it down in the comments. Sorry for the negativity at the beginning of it. So what this is trying to ask you is, what is your next decision? Like, where are you about to head into? I think you've had a lot of that. That's what I just said. You've spent a lot of time, like, planning your next steps. You've been, a little preparation now will allow things to go smoothly later. So you could be kind of like, maybe if you've been looking for a change in your job, you could have been feeling, you know, putting your resume out there into the void for future employers to see it, you know. Or, I mean, it is a passionate candle. You could have also, you know, tried out a new hobby this past year. You could have put your name into the void when it comes to the whole I can find love online shenanigans, you know. But with that Wheel of Fortune, let's look at you. Our major arcana here. I'm sorry, I am in the deep south, and I have my windows open today because it is a cool 60 degrees outside, but also live on a farm, and they've been cutting the remainder of whatever it is that they were growing out here. I just recently did a move. Didn't pay attention. I think it was corn, maybe. So, reverse is trying to say life is full of ups and downs, and everything can change in an instant. So, that could feel scary as fuck, you know, or very traumatic for that matter. So, it says don't get discouraged when things seem dire, because fortune is unpredictable and fate is at play. So, stay hopeful. So, with that whole Wheel of Fortune mentality, it's like, the wheel in the sky keeps on turning. I don't know if you like that song. I don't even know if that's the right words, honestly. So you are dealing with making some massive decision. So I'll be praying, you know, whatever it is that you believe in out there out there for your final voyage. I'll be praying and having wishful thoughts. All right. So let's kind of look at an overall feel for next year. Kind of a theme. I do apologize again. That whole runny nose mentality is just retarded. All right. All right, so we have painting the roses red. I see this as kind of a putting a band-aid on a bullet hole. I'm sorry, the light is getting to it. Painting the roses red. The number 27, which also breaks down to the number 9, is about trying to find some type of fulfillment. Painting the roses red, it could be having to deal with a situation. As you can see here, she looks pissed off at the world right now. She is just pissed. Maybe someone came at you and they were, you know, Romeo, Juliet, Prince Charming, Princess, whatever. And then you, at one point, find out that, you know, they're just pieces of shit with glitter on it. You can't sit there and paint roses red and just imagine them to be anything more than what they are. I mean, if you start with white flowers here, like she does in the background, just know that you can only put a mask on for so long before people actually start to see you start to see the real side of someone, or you get to see the real side of yourself. It kind of reminds me, maybe you guys are makeup artists, like to put on makeup. This could be for male or female as well. Or just, you could be dealing with someone that just is putting up a false front. So let's kind of look into that. What situation are you dealing with right now? I'm going to take another sip. At the bottom, it says, keep your temper. Don't allow anger to rule you. So I feel like with this being at the very bottom of the deck, that 2 there, trying to find balance again, having to make some type of decision with that 2 of Wands. I feel like you are just really needing to find some type of balance. So let's pull. Can you feel my love? Gosh dang. Oh, it's called Heat Above by Greta Van Fleet. Listen to it, love it. I don't know if you can hear it. I hope you can't, but we'll go with that. So overall, where you are at in your life right now, in this situation moving forward, we have a release of some shitty mentality. So that's great. Let's look at love. Let's look at your career, if you are in fact. Gosh, okay. And let's look at your money. Shit, you have a lot of reversals. And I normally, I try and show you the bottom of the deck there, but I normally will mix the cards in however it is that they feel like they need to be. So, all right. Let's begin on this. So painting the roses red. What is it that's coming here in our next year? The one good thing that I can say about these 2 separate situations right here is that, kind of like I've said there with that 2 of Wands, is that this is going to be a situation where, you know, it's going to come very quickly, and you're going to be able to get over it very quickly. It's not something that you're going to have to deal, some type of mental struggle that you're going to have to deal with. And because those swords are upside down, that's a very good sign as well. With the swords, they represent like your thoughts and words and actions. They normally show up in readings when you're trying to find out how to, like, you know, communicate your ideas or make some sort of decisions or asserting your power in a situation. So overall, we have 5, 6, 7, 8. We have the 8 of Swords, and that's about mastering something and accomplishing something big. It's also Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. CoStar app. If you want to break down and figure out who you are as a person. You may have a lot of that energy in you. So with that being said, with this whole 8 of Swords mentality here, upright, she's stuck in a situation that she can't get out of, or so she thinks. Okay, with this sword here, with all of these swords here, she thinks that she's stuck in some sort of a cage. And the only reason why she thinks that is because of, you know, she feels she's being blinded to a situation. She's tied to a situation, and because that the 8 of Swords is all about your mental struggle, you felt at one time like you couldn't break free from something. You couldn't grasp onto a situation. You may be dealing with a lot of depression right now. It's a stress beyond a stress. It's dealing with your own bullshit, basically, is what that 8 of Swords is. But because it is upside down, and 8s are all about like mastering your depression, figuring out who the fuck you need to be, with that 8 of Swords being reversed, you're finally finding some type of freedom. With this next year, you're free to be you. You're free to express who you are as a person. You don't give a shit what anyone thinks of you. And that kind of gives me that whole, the will and the whole, I could put that down there so we can kind of see it. Making that final decision to finally come out at some point. You could be questioning your, you could be questioning your sexuality. You could be questioning who you are as a person. You could finally be ready to release yourself from some type of mental torment that you put yourself through because of how family members would react, how your friends, your community, your church for that matter. And I feel like with this coming year, you are definitely going to be able to finally release yourself. You're going to release that cycle finally. And you are going to, like, the universe is just going to carry you to your next destination. It's going to take you by the hand and, say, good job releasing that bullshit. Carry you, Teskey Brothers. All right, so with that being said, with that whole 8 of Swords there, you're feeling very empowered right now. You're finally facing your fears. You're ready to surrender to whatever it is that the universe needs you to surrender to, and you are finally fucking moving forward with whatever it is. Whether it is, I don't see a lot of cups here, so it could, not be, there's cups here in the star card, but I don't feel like this is relationship related. This is a mental struggle that you've been going through here lately. You need to follow your passion. You need to follow your drive. And you need to not worry about what the fuck other people are going to think of you, okay? So, with that being said, and I feel like I'm talking a little too fast here. We have Pentacles here. Beautiful, beautiful Pentacles. This is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This could be someone that you're dealing with currently or have a lot of it in your chart. So we have the 7. 7s are all about reflection and assessment and trying to take control of a situation. He's planting his seeds at this point and he's watching his shit grow. The one thing that you need to remember about Pentacles is that it takes a lot of hard freaking work. And this is going to be in reference to your love life. If you're going to have something in your life, it's not going to come very quickly, is what this card is trying to tell you. It's going to take some time. You have to plant the seeds in order to watch something grow. But, and because that little guy is upside down, we have, maybe you have attempted to force love. Overwatering a plant, putting too much. I guess the best way to say it, since I'm living on a farm here, if you sit there and you overwater a relationship, if you put too much soil on top of it, if you are using too much fertilizer, or you're putting a lot of compost onto a situation, basically adding the bullshit to your relationship, it won't flourish. You can't force it to. You can't put it out in the sun and yell at it and say, fucking grow. So there's could be a love relationship for one of you Scorpios that are seeking this out. In that situation, it's stop trying to force things. Stop trying to push too much into it. But I also feel like if you like this coming year, you are very stressed out about finding love. I guess that's the way to say it. What's that one movie? Watch the movie Love Hard. That's on Netflix right now. It's got the chick from, what is it called? I don't know. It's about vampires. Vampire Diaries. Oh my God. Those two guys are gorgeous. Anyway, so that being said, stop pushing it. Stop trying to force it. You've put your name out there a million times on different dating apps. You're going to a bar every night and you're seeking out the one. It's probably time at that point to stop pushing it so hard. It's like, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. If you're in a relationship right now and you're like, oh, I want him to marry me, or, oh, God, I need her to just stick around and move in with me, and we need to have kids and babies and all of that shit. And it's like, no, how about we just take a step back and kind of slow things down, is what this is trying to tell you for your next year. Here we go. We have the Wheel. We got to end some type of cycle that you continue to place yourself into that is not very appetizing for your love interest, okay? So with that Four of Cups, with it being upside down, cups are about emotions and fluidity. I guess that's the right word. It's Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. This is your energy here. With that Four, it's about trying to manifest something. But because it's upside down, you're like, you are the one. You're being more active in love, but you're putting the pressure on. Because normally with that Four of Cups being upright, it's all about being fucking bored. But you're all up in it. And I think at this point, the universe is trying to say, we need to slow our roll a little bit in regards to allowing love to come in. And we need to let it come in a little bit more naturally, is what that whole cups emotions mentality is telling me. So with that being said, again, we have our job. If you're looking for any information on your career, we have the 6 here. 6s are all about finding some type of harmony, cooperating. You're really healing from a situation. Okay, I've got deja vu in my head. So with these swords are all about, like I said, representing your thoughts, trying to make some sort of decision. You could be ready to leave a situation. With this card, it's about moving into all of these, like, you're going to hit choppy waters, but over here it is so fluid. It's so beautiful. The water's so crystal clear that you can see to the bottom of the lake at that point. You're ready to move forward with whomever and whatever. It kind of gives me that show me the money moment where he's like, I'm ready to go and I'm going to take all you bitches with me. But with it being upside down, with your job, I feel like there's like some self-sabotage going on. Like you feel trapped in your position, like you can't quit, especially with this whole vaccination mandate. Maybe that could be coming into your head right now because it came into mine. I'm not pro, against, it's whatever. My daughter got the vaccination, I did not. But the job that I worked in actually forced us to. So it could be a situation like that, where, you feel very trapped into a job. Maybe you are the one person in your family that pays all the bills, Scorpio. So it could be a situation where you're like, God damn, I can't quit my job because my electricity will get cut off. So no Susie Q, no Bobby Jean. I hate my fucking job. I can't leave it right now. I can't fucking leave it right now. I can't make this transition right now because I have to pay bills. Rent is due. Rent is going to be due. Christmas is coming up. You've got all of these different situations. You know, you can make a million different excuses as to why you can or can't do something. All right, so we got on top of here to clarify it. And again, a cycle. It's a fucking repetitive cycle that you continue to put yourself through. That 5 is a representation of like conflict or some type of change or instability. So I feel like, again, I feel like I'm talking too fast. The Hierophant is everybody talks. I think there was like a group love song or some shit like that. I don't know. Was it Everybody Talks or something like that? No, somebody else is saying it like in the early 2000s, if you can remember that far. This is a situation that you've continually been in. It could be that you have been emotionally unsatisfied with your jobs consistently. You could be somebody that is ready to say, I'm fucking out, motherfuckers. Fuck y'all. Fuck you. Fuck you. You know, the, what is it? The Half-Baked movie? God dang. I am so much better of a describer of movies because I love them. Anyway, so with that being said, everyone has their fucking opinion of what you need to do in your life with this whole Hierophant. It's just the emotional conflict that you're continuing to go through here. It could be, you know, a lot of spiritual wisdom's going on right now. Type of religious beliefs could be the reason why you're not making some type of decision. It could be a constitutionalized situation. Like my dad was a lawyer, so now I gotta be a lawyer, and what I really want to do is fucking dance. So it could be a situation like that. So I feel like you are in again, 2 of Candles, Wheel of Fortune situation where it's like you need to be honest. Everyone is going to talk, and they're going to talk regardless of a good situation or a bad situation. They are going to sit there and make you feel like shit or praise you, you know, at the Thanksgiving table. But at the end of the day, you need to make a decision that's going to make you happy. If you feel trapped in your workspace right now, it's time to release that energy and start doing the toodaloo, motherfucker, in order to find things that do make you happy. So with your money situation, the Star, you have a consistent issue, I feel, here with this Star. So that is 15, 16, 17, and that is 8. Again, accomplishment, trying to take some sort of action. The Star is ruled by Aquarius. You could also very much look into your chakras, because the 7 stars that are behind Aquarius here, or behind the Star card, represents your chakras as well. Normally, in regards to money, it's about reaching your financial goals. But when it's upside down, it's like, why this and why now? The way I can explain it, and I always say, if I would have left 5 minutes earlier, I would have been involved in that car accident. So maybe you feel like something has slowed you down for some reason. You could have been looking into investing in something, and I'm glad you didn't. Like Bitcoin or something off the wall to deal with your finances. Maybe you were going to invest in something like Wall Street wise, but something told you to, how about we hold back for a second and see what happens, and then the next morning you come in and like stocks are like done. Maybe, you know, maybe you're a house flipper and you saw this amazing fucking house and you realized, you're like, yes, I want that house in particular. I want to make it into something wonderful because I'm going to make some fucking bank off of it. But the thing that you need to realize is that there could be foundation issues. There could be electrical issues that are going to end up costing you more money. And then this right here just saved you from the downfall of investing your money into something that just isn't the best thing. It could be something as simple as your tire blowing, you know, before you're about to take some really great long road trip. And all right, so we have some very consistent fucking energy right now when it comes to your finances. You have a consistent issue. Oh man. I do love the devil card in here because he looks handsome as fuck. As to why he is the devil. But with that being said, maybe you get a flat tire, but before this very long road trip, and then you're like, God, I gotta now buy a fucking brand new tire, and I'm gonna be late to this and this and this. But you get 5 minutes down the road or an hour down the road, and you realize that there has been like a mass collision on the interstate, and it's like, okay, well, that's the reason why I was slowed down today. So it's one of those situations, Scorpio. It's like you have Ace of Wands here and the Hermit here. So we'll kind of get back to that in a minute. But with that situation, things happen for a reason, is what that upside down star card means. You may think, why? It's testing your faith. You feel in despair. You're disconnecting from things that you once loved because you can't financially afford it anymore. But what this is honestly telling you is that it's time to really take a look at what you were investing your money in. With the devil, it could be something just as simple. Don't get terrified from it. It could be something as simple as like you invest in too many like apps that, you know, you're constantly playing video games and you're constantly purchasing coins or diamonds or whatever it is that's going to help you progress. You could have an Xbox. You could be purchasing shit on there. I don't know what it is that Xbox is affiliated with. Honestly, I can't remember. You could be like a firm like player of Fortnite, you know, and you know, you're investing all your money into all these different suits and new armor and all of the shit. And then like, how am I supposed to eat next week is what's going through your mind. You realize that you've depleted your money down to $20 and now you got to pay gas. Now you have to figure out how you're going to eat because you didn't grocery shop. You know, it's a situation like that. Or it could be a devil mentality, another devil mentality where it could be an addiction that you're consistently dealing with, Scorpio, that you put too much time into it. That's what the devil is trying to teach you. And the devil is very much, it's Capricorn energy. So it's just bad spending habits is what it's trying to tell you with the money. You're placing your funds into something that will negatively not help you move forward, I guess. Especially with that Ace of Wands here, because you could, like I said, you could be into a lot of online dating and you're pushing so much money into these applications and it's taking out of your account, and you thought that you had $50 in your checking account to help you get through to your next paycheck, and then all this shit comes out. Netflix comes out, Hulu comes out, Match.com comes out, whatever the fuck's out there, it starts to come out. So the devil mentality here is trying to teach you that it's time for you to figure out exactly what it is that you truly need. Maybe you need to cut some shit off next year, in the coming year, in order to really get a good grasp on your spending. Because if you don't get a good grasp on it right now, you're going to continue with this cycle over and over again. You're going to continue to overspend. You're always going to live from paycheck until 5 days before the next paycheck, if you get paid every 2 weeks, or if you get paid weekly for that matter. And then we also got, because we have two major arcanas here, we also have the Hermit here. That Hermit mentality, that needing some type of fulfillment, and maybe having Netflix or having all of these great things in order to represent who you are, Xbox Live, whatever the fuck it is, that you're investing your money into. Maybe you want the best of the best. But the thing is sometimes, Scorpio, these are all things in your life, okay? These are always going to be things. The Hermit, that's Virgo energy, and it's just reminding you that it's time to take a break from this whole day-to-day activity that you're doing here. Maybe shut everything the fuck off, you know? Maybe you don't need, you know, massive data, the best internet connection, or, I mean, pay attention to your money is what this is saying. Pay attention to your money. Toodaloo on that job and stop worrying about what other people are going to say about you, and stop rushing a relationship and take yourself out of this detrimental stage that you're in right now in your life, to where you feel like you can't make some sort of decision because you're stuck in your own internal prison. I was going to pull one more, but let's make it fun. Let's make it fun. I'm going to go with the Rebel deck here. This shit is just too fucking wild. They're separated by answer cards and question cards before my my phone decides to cut off. So let's go with that. So Scorpio, with next year, you're not really in the mood for yoga. Blank would be better. So let's see. Let's see what's going to be better in this situation. Oh. Choosing to see the beauty, painting the roses red. Come on now. Choosing to see that you are a beautiful person, that you are a majestic unicorn, and everybody should treat you as one, right? And getting over my own bullshit. Seven of Swords mentality. And at the bottom of the deck, we have bacon. So, that being said, Scorpio, I hope you have a wonderful birthday month. You have a great rest of the year. You start 2022 beautifully, ready to fucking just give it everything that you have. And, you know, I just wish you a happy birthday. And to all the Scorpios out there that may know me, I love y'all. So, and last message is, I know it's going to be kind of deep, but I will never give up. All right, bless y'all, Scorpio, and I hope you have a great rest of your year.